Hey there, Dani K coming to you from Dani K Gym and Wellness. Today's tip is fear. F.E.A.R. False evidence appears real. How many times have you stepped or thought about something, you're like, I'm afraid of that, what if, and you always think the what if negatives. Well, think about the what if positives, and all of those times where you feared something and for some reason you had to actually do it, you know what I mean? Even though you're afraid of it, it was just a part of life that you actually had to do. And then when you did it, you were like, well, what the hell was I afraid of? You know what I mean? Like, we build a lot of bullshit up in our heads. And, and instead of building all that negative up in our heads, build some positive stuff up in your head. It's fine to ask, what if? But, and what if on the negative side, to be prepared for certain things, or, to maybe combat, certain things, to, be prepared to combat that negative, whatever it might be, as you're pushing forward in whatever it is that you fear. But more than not, think about the what if positive. What if you open up your heart, and what if you get to the gym? What if you befriend that person? What if you just wave to that person that doesn't look like wants to be waved at? What if on the positive side that they wave back, that they smile, that you actually get into the gym? Yeah, you're scared, but what if you get to the gym and there's people in there with body sizes just like you, there's people in there with insecurities just like you, and you befriend them, and you talk about things, and and you're actually like, wow, I'm so glad that I did this. You know what I mean? Like, what was I afraid of? So what if you open up your heart? We've all been hurt, and we're all gonna get hurt, whether it's through friendship relationship, love relationship, boss, employee, co-worker, the clerk at the store. We're going to get hurt. We're going to get our feelings hurt. So does that mean we don't go to work, we don't love, we don't befriend people, we don't go to the grocery store, we don't talk to anybody? What kind of life is that? You know what I mean? Like, living in that what if fear stage, what if negative stage. How about if we live in that what if everything that we've negatively built up in our head is false, and what if something actually positive comes out of it, even if it does hurt us, or somebody, the clerk says something nasty to us at the store or whatever. But what if you finish with that clerk, you go around the corner, and somebody helps you for some reason? Maybe you're so pissed off at the clerk and you drop your bags, and and whatever, and somebody is there and helping you pick things up. Well, that's a good positive thing. Yeah, something good out of that negative bullshit just happened. Good. So there's always something good that we can look at, even in the what if negative stage. But if we constantly think of the what if negative stage and never think about the what if positive stage, we're going to be sitting still in that miserable area. You know what I mean? Like, if we never get out and never open up and never befriend and never get to the gym, or we're already miserable or sad or unhappy or whatever. Maybe miserable is too strong of a word, but we already have certain things in our head that we're not happy about. But what if we actually, because we want those results, but we're maybe scared to get that result of whatever it might be, what if we look at the positive side of getting that result, how happy, and we're out of that negative area, you know what I mean? And we're more positive, we're more happy. The more positive things that we put out there, the more positive things we're going to get back. If we keep thinking, we're not deserving of this, we're not worthy of that, I'm scared of this, or I'm scared of that, that's where you're going to stay, and you're going to continue to live in that fear, and that fear of negative what if. There's several things that I've been, afraid of in life. You know what I mean? Like, I'm, in control of anorexia and bulimia. Well, back in the day, I was scared shitless to go see a nutritionist. And I was scared shitless when he told me what I was going to eat and how I was supposed to exercise. He told me I was going to have to eat more and exercise less. I was scared shitless. I was ready to sue the mother. F.E.A.R. I almost said bad word. I was ready to sue him. I'm like, you know what? I want your address. I want your full name, because if I, gain weight from all this crap that you're telling me to do, I'm going to sue you for, not really malpractice, but you know what I'm saying. And he's like, go ahead, here's my address. Because he knew, But it was a big step for me to trust, and I didn't even know him. I didn't know him from Adam. A friend of mine said, I know a great nutritionist. Boom, here you go. So I was scared, yeah. But false evidence appears real. I was afraid that the reality of him feeding me more and making me exercise less, I was going to gain weight. I wasn't going to, lose the body fat or whatever that I wanted to lose. But that reality in my brain was all made up because it was false evidence in my brain. So what happened? This is what happened. I lost a lot of body fat. I've got a lot of muscle. I became a personal trainer. I became a nutritionist. I helped, hundreds of people over the 23 years that I've been doing this. So look at what positive crap came out of that. Positivity, look at that. Off of, this little itty bitty bit of fear, this much positive came out of it. But yeah, I was fearful of it, but I stepped through it and did it. I was afraid to say goodbye to my mom. Didn't want to. I didn't want to have to be the one to say, Mom, it's okay. You can go. It's okay. Stop fighting. Because for me, selfishness wanted me to keep her there. I was afraid to lose her. But I had to step up and say, you know what, Mom, it's okay. I had to let go of my selfishness and say, so, obviously she's better off. She's not suffering, yeah, there's times where I'm suffering, but I'm still living. I'm still getting through it. And look at what a lot of good that has come out of it. All the money that I've raised for Relay for Life. I've turned her, death from cancer into something that's positive. Okay. So, was afraid to open up a gym, because of my past dance studio business. That failed. I was in debt greatly. It took 5.5 years to pull myself out of that debt. And I said, I'm never going to own a business, not unless I have Janet Jackson money. Well, now I own a business. I don't have Janet Jackson money, but it's very successful. I was fearful of that because of, what happened in the past with my other business. But you know what? Look at everything that I'm doing now. It's all positive. Yes, I was fearful of it, but I went through and did it anyway because false evidence appears real. What if it failed? But what if it was successful? What if I was able to touch more people's lives and help them, through their fitness journey? What if all of this positive stuff was going on in my head and just a little bit of negative? So I let the positive outweigh the negative, and I opened up my gym. And I'm so grateful I did. There's not a regret that I have. Now I probably, there's a lot of times that if we don't step up and we let that fear overpower us, not only are we still stuck in the same place, but now we have regret, and now we see maybe someone else that has that thing that we wanted, or, we see a friend, like if we wanted to lose weight or something, and our friend said, hey, come to the gym and help, be with me, and I'll motivate you too, and blah, blah, blah. Well, 4 months later, your friend's lost 40 pounds and you still haven't lost because you were afraid to get into the gym with your friend. Look how much further you would have been along had you put fear aside. We all have fearful things, but put it aside. Don't let it control yourself. Don't let it control you. Be aware of that fear and be like, okay, but think of the steps that the positive steps that could help you along. It's June 1st. It's 6 months into this year. We're halfway through this year. What are you afraid of? Weigh out the pros and cons of doing that fearful thing, because false evidence appears real. Whatever you're afraid of and whatever you're building up in your head is 9 times worse than if you actually did it. All the positive things. Think about all the positive things that would come through with that if you actually did that thing that you're afraid of. Stay in tune, stay informed, stay motivated. Let go of fear. Bye.